Welcome to another episode of TracypTV. I'm so excited about all the support that you guys have been giving me for my last few videos. I just hope you continue to support me, and I'm very thankful for that. Excuse the mess, but I'm in the middle of moving. There's so much going on right now, but I still wanted to put this video out for you guys. So yes, I know you all tuned in today because you want to know the secrets to applying false lashes. I mean, I've been a makeup artist for years. And one of the main questions that I get asked all the time is, how do I apply lashes? How do I apply lashes? There's a few tips that I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to show you how to apply lashes from step by step from the very beginning all the way to the end. But there is one thing in there that is a game changer that no one ever tells you, or not too many people ever tell you. This is a game changer. I promise you, when you learn this, you'll be like, ah, the clouds part. You'll understand. It would all make sense now. You'll be like, that's what I was doing wrong. So anyways, a step-by-step on how to apply false lashes begins now. Okay, so step number one is get yourself a pair of lashes. You can get inexpensive lashes at the drugstore, or you can get expensive lashes. I'm not going to really get into which lashes to buy and all that in this video because that's a whole nother separate video. This is just strictly about application. So one of my favorite brands is Kiss, so I'm going with the Kiss Naked Drama Collection. I'm just going to do a little close-up there so you can see it. And it's called Tule. Those are the ones that I'm applying right now, okay? So step number one is taking lashes off of the package, okay? What you want to do is you always want to take, I say, it's always best with tweezers. If you have a pair of tweezers, use the tweezers, and you always want to take it from the outside edge, and then you want to peel it off like that. You never want to just rip it off. If you rip it off, you're going to ruin the lashes. They might rip. They're going to get wonky and weird. You don't want to do that. Always want to take a pair of tweezers and gently peel it from the outside. And you know why you want to do it from the outside is because if for some reason you pull a little too hard or some of them get removed, that's where you're going to cut from anyways because the lashes are the longest on the outer corners. So always pick them up from the outside because if they get a little wonky, you just snip it off. There's lots of length there anyway, so you'll be fine. You don't want to have to cut in the inner corner because they're shorter. The hairs are shorter there. Not a good look. It's gonna be very abrupt, the lashes, right? You want this gradual starting from short to long, so it's always best to cut from the long. All right, step number two is you're going to take the lash and you're going to measure it, okay? And when I say measure it, it means put it on top of your lash where you're going to be placing it and see if it's too long. The last thing you want, and I see it all the time when women put on lashes and it's like too long and it's hanging off the edge. When it does that, all it does is drag your eyes down and it just looks sad. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna gently place it on there, and believe me, I have very, very, very big eyes. So I rarely have to cut the edges. Like, see, that's what it's gonna look like on me. So I don't need to do anything to these. I don't need to cut them. But if you do need to cut them, what you would do is, again, like I said, you are going to cut it from the outer corner, not the inner corner. The inner corner is too short and you don't want it to be this abrupt, start. You want to slice it. If you're going to cut, you're going to cut with a little pair of scissors. Don't suggest getting huge big scissors that you use to like open boxes and stuff with. No. Get like little cosmetics scissors, and then you're just going to make little snips. And if you are going to make a little snip, turn it with a base, and then you cut that way, okay? Not the other way. You're not going to cut into the hairs like that. Another tip, before you apply it, you want to make sure that you do this. Kind of take it and bend it. The reason why you want to do that is because you want it to kind of create a curve so it wraps around your eye nicely. Sometimes when you take them out of the package, they're kind of straight, and so when you put it on your eyes, you're going to constantly keep lifting on the corners. So the best way to avoid that is to take it and do this with it. That's better for you to see. Do this. That's what you're going to do. You just kind of constantly bend it like that and do that for about 10 seconds. So you see what it does? It gives it a nice curve. And then when you go to put it on your eye, it's going to wrap around the eye nicely. Okay, so the next step is you want to get your glue out, okay? You can use whatever glue you want. You can use your white glue, black glue. I prefer black glue just because it's less work. The white one, you have to kind of wait for it to kind of dry, for it to kind of dry it clear. But even sometimes, if you're not careful, you might get little white spots. So that's why I always just prefer the black. But listen, at the end of the day, you can work with the white. Okay, so what you want to do with your glue is there's different ways you can apply it. Some people, if you have the tube, I just like to kind of just squirt it onto a little dollop. Like when I say a little dollop, you don't need a lot. A little dollop onto my hand, and I kind of will drag the lashes through it like that. Or if you have an applicator like this one here, this one has an applicator, so I just brush it directly onto the lashes like this. Okay. That's what I do. You always want to make sure, too, you get the edges. The edges are the most important because that's what lifts the first. When the lashes start to come off and they start to lift, it's always from the edges first. So you want to make sure you coat those very nicely. If you ever been around makeup artists, they're like kind of blowing and they're kind of waving it around. The reason why they're doing that is because they want the glue to get sticky. When you put it on too fast, like you just put the glue on and then you put it directly onto your eye, it's going to slip and it's going to slide. It's not going to stay where you want it and you're going to be crying. You're going to be like, this isn't working. And we've all been there. And by that point, the glue has traveled all up into your lid. It's a mess. Your eye makeup is ruined. It's a mess. You're not trying to do that. So what you want to do is you want to kind of just wave it around like this, kind of blow it. You want to do this for about maybe 40 seconds. You just want it to be sticky. So when you're moving it around, you can still move it on the eye, but it's tacky because that's how you're going to get the best results. Now, everybody, here is the game changer. Here it is. You are all doing your lashes probably looking straight ahead like this at a mirror. Maybe a mirror that's kind of hanging on a wall in your bathroom. Maybe you're holding up your compact like this. That's the problem. What you want to do is you want to get a compact mirror or any type of hand mirror, any type of mirror, and you want to hold it underneath your face like this. This is the key to getting a proper application. You want to know why? Because your eyes are still kind of half closed, but they're open enough where you can see everything that you're doing, but your eyelids are closed, which means you have so much more access to your eye now to place these lashes. When you are looking up like this, your eyes are open now. It's so much harder to get those lashes in there, and you're doing all of this. You're not giving yourself much room. But suddenly, when your eyes are lowered, you have all that space to play with and you can access the eye. Therein lies the key, everybody. That's the difference. So if you're looking up like this, very hard, can't get in there. Oh, I'm struggling. When I'm suddenly doing this, I have so much access to the eye. That's the game changer. So now we're going to do it. You can use your fingers. My fingers are a little chubby. This is why I don't like to use my fingers. I usually like to use tweezers. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. I like to hold them in the center and then place it on. So this is what I'm going to do. Hold the mirror, I'd say about 8 inches away from your face. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place it just like that. See that? Take the corner, push it in, take the inner corner, push it in. Voila. And just like that, I have lashes. Lashes. Snuffleupagus, move aside. Yes. I got lashes. Just like that. Now, honestly, the first time you do it, it's not going to be this easy. You know that, or the first one, you know the first one is always perfect, right? And then you go to do the second one and you're struggling for 10 minutes. That's usually the way it is. And the reason for that is because you usually go to your dominant side first. Okay, so that explains, people say, how come the first one was so good and did it? Because you usually start with the dominant eye, and that's the easiest eye. Then you go over to this eye, you start struggling. Even professionals, we too, it's not usually as easy on the other eye as it was on this eye. So be patient with yourself. I always say practice, practice, practice when you have nowhere to go. Do not do this on a Friday night before the big party. Okay, because I promise you, you're going to mess it up. It's not going to go well for you. It's going to be a big disaster. Never do this right before you have to go somewhere important. Always practice and practice and practice when you have nowhere to go. And I promise you, when it's time, when it's go time, you're gonna be ready. Okay, so we're gonna do the other eye. Let's see if I struggle on the other eye. I'm gonna do this with you guys, okay? So again, doing the lash over here, we're gonna take it from this corner and we're gonna peel it off slowly, just like that. Again, I don't need to measure it because I have eyes the size of saucers. They're really big. Guys, I don't know. I used to always get things stuck in my eye as a kid, and my mom goes, "Why are your eyes so big?" And I'm like I had a say in that. Anyway, I'm just putting the lash glue on them right now because I've already measured it. And I always say measure for each eye too, because sometimes your eyes could be different sizes. So just because you measured it on that side, you might want to measure it on that side. You might have to take a little bit more, a little less off, because your eyes might not be perfectly symmetrical, and usually they're not. I always say to people, your eyes are sisters, they're not twins. They're not going to be exactly the same. One foot's bigger than the other, one arm's longer than the other. That's just the way it goes, people. Your one eye might be bigger than the other, so measure them both. Wave this around for about 40 seconds. Okay, remember I got my compact and I got it down here, tilted, just so my eyes are kind of at half mass, but still open enough where I can see exactly what I'm doing. Again, that's the game changer, everybody. This is what you need to do in order for your lashes to turn out. Okay, so I'm holding it down here, like this. And now I'm going to do it. And this is even more awkward because I'm doing this on camera. Normally it would be a little bit more easy for me, but I'm going to do this like this. There we go. I'm going to take the edge. Just push it in like this. Take the corner. Push it in. Yes! Did it! I did it! I'm celebrating for you guys. Whoop whoop! Whoop whoop! You did it! You did it! You did it! Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I promise you, if you guys practice it, this is exactly what is going to happen for you. The game changer is holding the mirror down here. So suddenly you went from having like very little space to having so much space. You can easily access the eye and place it exactly where you need it. You always want to make sure too that you push that you place the false lashes right at the base of the lashes, right at the base. It's okay if you see a little bit of space in between your lash line and your false lashes if you don't get it perfect the first time. That's why I always say just go in with a black eyeliner and just kind of fill in those spots. You don't have to have it perfect because you're not going to have it perfect the first couple of times, okay? It's going to take a lot of practice, but that is the game changer. Game changer! Don't I just look so much better with false lashes? Like when I have my little stubby little lashes, my lashes are so short. They just don't grow, people. They're so small. So I usually do this when I have to do pictures or be on TV or anything like that. Otherwise, I don't really care. I just kind of walk around with my little short stubby lashes. But it just really does make a difference when you start to wear lashes, and like if you're taking pictures and things like that, or people, if you're doing speeches or you need to be in front of a crowd and people are seeing you at a distance. Lashes make such a difference. So try it out. Let me know in the comments if this is a game changer, or if you're like, Tracy, this didn't change anything, I'm still struggling. Let me know, but I'm telling you, it's going to change the application. And again, don't do it once and then write me oh no, Tracy, it didn't work. You gotta practice. You have to practice. I had to practice. The way I just did this right now so easily, I had to practice for years. And I'm not telling you that you have to practice for years. I'm just saying you have to practice. I would say do it at least 3 or 4 times before you're actually going to do it for a party or somewhere important, okay? Try it, practice, practice, practice makes perfect. Let me know in the comments below if this made a difference for you and if I changed your life. All right, thanks for watching this episode of TracypTV, and I'm gonna see you next time.